True or false? And you're going to get this right because Pastor over here gave you the answer. But so number 1, true or false? Ncbm stands for the North Carolina Baptist Adult Ministry. Is that true or false?
False.
False. North Carolina Baptist Aging Ministry. Okay, so it wasn't the adult ministry, it's aging ministry. I want to tell you more, but I can't because I'll tell you the answers. Okay, number 2. Next team. That's fine. Wait. Grace is going to go around the prizes too. Okay, so let's see. True or false? Ncbm was founded in 2011. Ncbm was founded in 2011. It is false. Ncbm started in 2009. 2009. You'll have another chance. Yeah, you'll have another chance. Okay, who's our next team? You want to go here? Okay, if y'all want to get together. True or false? Ncbm serves in all 100 counties in North Carolina. True or false? True. It is true. So Nora Grace, they get a prize. It is true. We're in all 100 counties in North Carolina. Okay, who's our next team? Where do we want to go? Do y'all want to go in the back right there? Are you team back there? Okay. Okay. Y'all are next. I think they're almost done picking a prize. Okay. We'll go over at number 4. True or false? Ncbm serves aging adults ages 50 or older. Ncbm serves aging adults ages 50 or older. It's false. We serve anyone 65 or older, so you have to be 65 to receive our services. AARP, I think, is 50, right? I think AARP is 50, but we're 65. Okay, the next team, we're going to go to y'all back there. Here we go. True or false? The mission of Ncbm is to provide help for the journey to seniors 65 or older in ways that help them maintain their independence and quality in life. It's true. Yep. It's true. So we want to make sure that we assist anyone 65 or older to maintain quality of life. So whether that's through safety, our trainings, or services. So we'll go over those a little later. Is our next team getting ready over there? Okay. BAM. North Carolina Baptist Aging Ministry, but a lot of people call us Ncbm. Baptist Aging Ministry.
Short for Bam Bam.
BAM.
Short for Bam Bam.
Bam Bam, there you go. We can be. So a lot of people call us Ncbm. Okay, so we're going to go over here. True or false? Ncbm can potentially partner with 4,600 Baptist churches across North Carolina to meet the needs of our aging adults. What do y'all think? Ncbm can potentially partner with 4,600 Baptist churches across North Carolina. True. So there's over 4,600 Baptist churches within our state. And so we work with many different agencies, community partners, but that's just Baptist churches alone that we can work with to support our aging adults across the state. There's all kinds of goodies in there. Okay, so our next team, we're going to go back, Grace. And if you need to phone a friend, you can. Let's see here. Okay, true or false? We have 7 regional directors that travel the state to promote Ncbm and aging adult ministries.
I would say yes.
It's false. So our state's broken up in 6 regions. So we have 6 directors. Yeah. Yes, I know, new one is coming, so technically, Grace, you can get a prize. But we are split up into 6 different regions across the state. We'll get you a prize. Everyone will get a prize then. Okay. In the back, I think the ladies in the back here are next. Grace. True or false? Dr. Michael C. Blackwell is the founder of Ncbm. Dr. Michael C. Blackwell is the founder of Ncbm. True. Yes, it is true. I know. They're doing good. Okay, so we're going to go back to the front up here. Okay, let's see here. True or false? Ncbm only serves Baptist or Christian aging adults ages 65 or older. Ncbm only serves Baptist or Christian aging adults ages 65 or older. It's false. We serve anyone 65 or older, so you don't have to be Baptist to be served. So it said Baptist or Christian aging adults. So we serve anyone you know 65 or older. They can be Methodist. We'll still love them. So they can be anybody.
Do you serve atheists?
We serve everybody because that's how we minister to them.
Have you converted any atheists?
Actually, we have ministered to many different aging adults. So we actually, I'll talk about this later, but we receive calls throughout the state of North Carolina to our call center in Thomasville. And if they have a need in Garner, we'll call your pastor and let him know that need, and then that's an opportunity for you to minister. Because 90% of aging adults that we serve do not have a church home and they're not believers. So that's 90% that are our mission field within our ministry. We call our local contacts. So yes, if they're from Garner, I call the Garner churches and the pastors that are closest to that area so that we can meet their need and show the love of Jesus. So we're trying to connect them. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to y'all. How about y'all? Let's see. What one would be next? Okay, true or false? Ncbm Call Center is often referred to as the heart of Ncbm, Center for Information and Referral for anyone ages 65 or older. Ncbm Call Center is often referred to as the heart of Ncbm, Center for Information and Referral. I think that's true or false? It's true. It is true. So they are the heart of North Carolina because every call across the state comes in through the call center in Thomasville. So kind of like the middle of a wheel. They're a call center, then they're reaching out to all the regional directors and churches across the state. No, that's not a ruler. That's actually for your oven, so you can pull out your rack and not get burnt. Yes, but it's for safety. Okay, we're going to go to our next group. This is our last question. True or false? In 2019, Ncbm started the Ncbm Care Village in Kinston, North Carolina, at the Baptist Children's Home's Kennedy Home campus. Ncbm's Care Village is a community-based geriatric care management program that helps, loves, and serves North Carolina seniors. It's true. It is true. So Grace, they can get a prize real quick. So I was hired with Ncbm a month before COVID. So February of 2020, I was hired. Okay. So they hired me to be the Southeastern Regional Director, but also take on the project of the Ncbm Care Village that's in Kinston at the Kennedy Home. So we renovated a building where we're going to have senior programming, Bible studies, but then also we have geriatric care management. So we're having nursing students come in, do care plans, assessments, and making goals with our members, which it is free, so that you can have a quality of life. Because how many of us want to stay in our home as long as possible? I do. So that's my job, to make sure that you can do that. I do. So, since y'all took our quiz, we're going to actually watch a video about Ncbm, who we are, how we minister, and then we're going to go through packets that I made for you. Okay? Yeah, and Grace, after the video, you can hand those out. Okay?
In the mid-2000s, North Carolina Baptists were beginning to grapple with a serious challenge that was approaching fast. Men and women who had survived the Great Depression and World Wars were now facing old age, and many were at it alone. So in 2009, at the request and with the support of the Baptist State Convention of North Carolina, Dr. Michael C. Blackwell and his wonderful team at the Baptist Children's Homes began the North Carolina Baptist Aging Ministry.
We had this incredible committee of North Carolina Baptists who came together. We had attorneys, we had social services directors, and out of that came this incredible idea of what we needed to be doing, the North Carolina Baptist Aging Ministry, and here it is today, 10 years later, stronger than ever before and more innovative than we ever thought it could be. And so whether it's emotional, psychological, physical, or spiritual, Ncbm decided we want to be there to offer help in whatever way you need it to successfully navigate these senior years and make them the best years of your life. Help for the journey.
The goal was simple: learn as much as possible about the needs of aging seniors and the services already available to them. The mission? Bridge the gap with practical help and the message of the gospel.
Help for the Journey is our mission statement for Ncbm. It's about meeting aging adults in their life where they are. Some of them are well aging, some of them are frail aging. At North Carolina Baptist Aging Ministry, our goal is to help aging adults 65 and older to stay in their homes as long as possible.
As the director of Ncbm, Dr. Sandy Gregory spent a year traveling across the state, consulting with federal and local agencies that serve aging populations, as well as social workers, government officials, local pastors, and most importantly, older adults.
As we started Ncbm, the needs of aging adults were tremendous. From transportation, going to the doctor, going to the grocery store, or even just going to church. Just having a friendly person come by and say, hello, we love you, we still know you, and we care about you.
As we celebrate 10 years of serving North Carolina seniors, Ncbm is proud of what we've accomplished. Our call center has answered more than 25,000 calls, serving over 4,000 aging adults and meeting needs in all 100 counties across our state. Ncbm has mobilized church volunteers to build wheelchair ramps and grab bars in homes, offer transportation assistance and lawn maintenance, as well as prayer and friendly visits. Altogether, through Ncbm, church volunteers have spent 33,000 hours serving the frail and elderly in their communities. Ncbm set a world record in 2012 when our partners and churches built 321 wheelchair ramps in a single day through the Rampin' Up emphasis. All in all, Ncbm and their incredible volunteers have built over 1,000 ramps across the state for those in need. These ramps make the world accessible again. Sunshine, fresh air, community to people who would otherwise be isolated. That's so vitally important.
I feel a lot more independent. It's just made all the difference in the world. I had a major heart attack 2.5 years ago. I was having mobility issues with my leg, and I was having to, we'd have 6 steps getting in and out of the house. But once we got the ramp built, it's made my getting in and out of the house just so much easier. Bring groceries in now, and I do the grocery shopping, and I can't come up with words to say thank you enough. Appreciate all the things that they have done. Not only the ramp, I feel like we've got lifetime friends. If you're blessed to be able to get hooked up with Ncbm, I know they're going to take care of you. They're just great folks, and all I can say is thank you and appreciate it very much.
Ncbm is also actively at work developing leadership in senior adult ministry for local churches across the state. Reverend Stan Heiser serves as chairman for Ncbam's AIM emphasis.
North Carolina Baptists have a jewel in Ncbam. AIM, Aging Adults Innovating Ministry, is a group of men and women who work with senior adults and work with Ncbam to help train leaders with senior adults and to improve senior adult ministries. We are here to help you to be the very best senior adult minister that you can be. And I'm excited over the past 4 years, more and more churches have gotten involved. And it's important that Ncbam and the churches of North Carolina get to know each other and that number to expand. The more churches who are involved in the program, the more ministry we can do throughout North Carolina.
One day, the center received a call from Marjorie Bass in Hickory. Marjorie needed help with groceries. Patsy Lyons from Woodlawn Baptist Church picked her up and off they went.
I was able to help go get groceries for her. That's when I first met her. That was one of the biggest needs that she had. It's really a blessing to be able to just be there for somebody and help them in any way we can, and we kind of hit it off, and I've just enjoyed being around her.
It's a friendship with Patsy because she would come over and visit, but then I got to where I couldn't get around as much. So she would go and get groceries for me and bring them in the house, put them away, and just about everything.
So I just continued to pray for her that God would open up her heart, that she would accept him into her life. So one day I asked her, I said, Margie, would you like one of our pastors to come and speak with you? And she said, that would be great. So that's when Pastor Jury came down to visit with her.
So I just sat there and shared with her the gospel, used the ABC's plan, which is what I normally use, to communicate that with her, and asked her if she would be interested in doing that, and she said yes. So we prayed right there in her room and asked Jesus into her heart, and it was just amazing to see the transition in her countenance just almost immediately at how God changed her in that, and now she's studying and learning and growing, and it's exciting.
Oh, it means all the world. It's completely different. Have a completely different outlook on everything.
The fact that she's invited God into her heart gives her a peace and a joy.
I think the Ncbm organization is a great thing. They help a whole lot of people, not just me. Sometimes when you get old, people seem to ignore you. So having an organization that is looking out for you means all the world.
A simple act of love rippled through eternity. As we move through our 10th year, Ncbam is venturing into our boldest program yet.
One of the biggest problems in America today is that aging adults are lonely and isolated. They no longer have family living near. They do not go out.
There are so many lonely senior adults. There are so many senior adults committing suicide because they are lonely. Ncbam is going to address those issues.
One hope is the focus of helping aging adults with those problems of being lonely.
We are developing tools and resources for churches to address isolation and loneliness, and we're connecting the lonely with community and ultimately with Christ.
And we need to have friendly visits, even just friendly phone calls. How are you doing? How's life going? Can I help? And my, oh my, are these things so incredibly welcomed by those who are just starved for attention. We want to have innovative programs. We want to involve as many North Carolina Baptists as we can to continue to fulfill what we started to do 10 years ago. And as I told a group recently, you ain't seen nothing yet.
As I look back over the past 10 years, I have to say Ncbam is a God thing. As we began in a small office, as we developed with associations, as we moved all across North Carolina, we have made a difference. We give them hope. We give them hope with their needs, but we also share Jesus Christ. And that is the biggest reward of our work, is knowing that we have given people the love of Christ.
As we celebrate our 10th anniversary, we want to say thank you to North Carolina Baptist for volunteering, for praying and supporting this growing ministry. We're hoping to raise above and beyond the $10,000 goal set for the Reverend Otis Goins Ncbm Endowment, so that ministry projects like the ones we've touched on can be funded for years to come. Reverend Otis Goins of New London Baptist Church was a remarkable pastor and friend to so many. We miss him dearly. Please help Ncbm celebrate 10 wonderful years and many more to come by contributing to the endowment fund at ncbam.org/give. And call Ncbm at 877-506-2226 to join us in the journey.
So this ministry definitely is a God thing, because the One Hope ministry was created a year before COVID hit. And so we're done with the video. If it'll stop. So it is a God thing, because God knew that we would be all isolated and feeling lonely. So Nora Grace is passing out for you some packets that we're going to go over information that we talked about. Ncbm is almost 13 years old now. But I just love that video because I feel like it gives you a quick summary of what we do across the state. The first thing that we're going to look at is your green handout. It says Help for the Journey. Yeah, I'll wait. Just if you can pull this one out, we're going to go over the green brochure. If you don't have one, let me know. And I love how on the back of every brochure we have has our website and our phone number to the call center. So if you have someone that needs our services, you can give them this packet, and I have hundreds of them to give you for church. But it's on everything that we publish, so that's really good, so you don't have to memorize it. So Help for the Journey. We're going to go through this green brochure. So you can see when you open it up, our mission, we talked about our mission. We provide help for the journey to, how old do you have to be? 65. 65 in ways that help them maintain their independence and quality of life. So you can see there, how do we serve? So in addition to referring calls to the community resources, our call center connects frail aging along with well aging. To share God's love and meeting those needs, whether they're wheelchair ramps, grab bars, smoke alarms, all our services are free. We've received FEMA grants so that we can provide carbon monoxide detectors, smoke detectors. So if you have ones that are over 10 years old, or if they're getting yellow, call us and we partner with your local fire departments. They'll go in and put them in for free. So I would bring them to your church or to the fire department, and we'll take care of you. So anyone needs any, please call tomorrow. That's what they're there for. We also partner with over 4,600 Baptist churches in building wheelchair ramps. You saw that in the video. We also have grab bars, you name it. So if you have a need in your community or your church, you call the call center, and we will partner with anyone we can to get it done. Our partnerships there, you can see that. We partner, like we said, with Baptist churches, but also with other community groups. Anybody that wants to serve, we have them serve. We'll find what their gift is, and we'll plug them into working hard across the state. You can see there the Bullseye Aging Adult Innovative Ministry. Stan talked about that. We provide conferences across the state, and during COVID, we had many AIM conferences. I know we had one in Raleigh that was on Zoom, and then in Charlotte. So look for those that come up throughout the year on our website. Also, we're on Facebook if you're on there. The OWL, that's going to tell you that that's our workshops, our enrichment workshops. So that OWL there in the middle, we have over 40 basic classes. So on our website, you'll look at the training tab, and you can, if you want to focus on safety, there's 10 to 20 safety trainings. If you want to focus on spirituality, you go to spirituality. So there's many different topics that can be provided to you through Ncbm. Ramping up, they talked about that in 2012. We had over 321 ramps that were built in one day. This year, I think it was about 170 in one day. So we're kind of picking up from COVID, but it happens every 2 years. But we still have over 200 people on the waiting list that need ramps. So it's always a need in our community and across the state. Our Priority 1 prevention programs, that's 12 innovative prevention programs that help our seniors stay safe on their feet and in their homes. So that's focusing more on safety. So I just did a home invasion training at Oak Island last week. So there, like I said, you can go through all the different topics on our website. Christ the Cornerstone on the right side there, you'll see that brochure. It says 10 Truths for Transformation, Biblical Encouragement for Caregivers. So we have many publications for caregivers. A lot of our aging adults that are frail are living past 95, 100. So now their children are taking care of them, and they might be in their late 70s, 80s. So we have many different publications that support our caregivers as well through brochures, Bible studies. So look at all the resources Ncbm has for that as well. Servant care. Servant care is for our retired pastors. So anyone 65 and older, as well as their spouses, we have a program just for them to give back and take care of them. A lot of our retired pastors, they'll move to the beach or the mountains when they retire, but then they don't have a church family. They might go but not feel like they have someone to take care of them. And so that's that ministry that we have at Ncbm. Also, the Ncbm Care Village, which I started in Kinston, that is providing geriatric care management. I talked a little bit about that with our goal setting and programs that we'll have there. And the convention also asked us to have one in Cary. So we are going to be starting that up in Cary. If you flip it over to the One Hope, the red telephone, that was started a year before COVID. It is a spiritual response to isolation and loneliness. So One Hope, we have workshops that help churches plan and implement how to maintain our One Hope ministry to isolated and lonely seniors in their communities. So we do have, I included this in your bag. This is a part of our One Hope ministry. It's called our Hope Line. A month before COVID started, we had about 40 callers a month who would call who needed encouragement and prayer. COVID hit, and then we had over 400 a month. So we were busy during COVID. We were encouraging and praying for each other, and it was a ministry that God definitely had prepared us for COVID, and we didn't even know we'd need it. So this is wonderful, too. We also need volunteers. So if you know anyone who would like to answer the phone, our callers across the state think they're calling Thomasville, but then we have it wired to your cell phone without them getting your personal information. So we have a 2-hour training that I do for our volunteers. It's a 4-hour shift, and you tell us when you can do it, and you can be at home. So that's great for even homebound aging adults. You still have something to give. You can still encourage and pray for someone. So if you're interested in volunteering, but this also is a great resource. We actually are open daily. It says Monday to Friday, but COVID hit, and so we are daily now, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that is a great service for your homebound church members or anyone you know, a neighbor. This is a great service. And I also have magnets I can send to you. Those are good. So just let me know what y'all need. Any questions? Y'all good? Yeah, honestly it is. It's more aging adults. And we have a background check on all our volunteers. They're vetted. We teach them how to be good, active listeners. It's hard for me. I always want to talk, right? But you should wait 15 seconds after someone stops so they can get their thoughts together, because they really do just want someone to listen and pray with them and encourage them. So it's actually a really good training. Yes. Yes. And, I have some volunteers that say, okay, Charity, I want to do once a month, the first Monday from 5 to 9 p.m. I know I'll be at home. And you don't have to sit by your phone, for 4 hours. So I'll do the laundry or try to do some things around the house. And if you get a call, you're present in that moment. So it's actually encouraging to you as the volunteer as well. So the Care Village, and you have our newest newsletter. We're actually getting ready to put the next one out, but this is the summer newsletter. We had our ribbon cutting for the Care Village March 1st, and so you can kind of see that if you pull that one out. We renovated the church annex at the Kennedy home in Kinston. So there's about 5 to 6 rooms that we renovated. So we have a coffee bar, we have a gathering room, a training room, a man cave with pinball machine. We have a wellness room that looks like you're outside but you're inside with outdoor furniture. And so we renovated a space that aging adults in our community can feel welcome, where we can share the love of Christ and where we can fellowship. So we'll be having pastors come in and do trainings, Bible studies. Our local community college and nursing students will be coming in, doing health classes, workshops, and it's all free. So this is a ministry that we have starting up. So we want to have care villages all across the state, and so that's why the convention wants the next one to be in Cary. So we will be at the convention's office in Cary. So they're giving us one whole floor to remodel and renovate in Cary. So do you know where that is? Because I haven't been there yet. This is my next task. So I'll have to get you more information when I find out. But I gave you this because this is great just for you to see what is going on at the Care Village. Also, we have a great event coming up September 23rd and 24th at the Denton Farm Park. It's called Field of Makers, and it's going to be an artisan show. So if any of you want to take a great trip to the mountains, Denton Farm Park, 23rd through 24th. And all of this information, if you go to ncbm.org, it is on there as well. But I wanted you to see we did have Camp BAM this summer, so it's going to kind of just show you what we did this summer. But the next one's getting ready to come out, our newsletters. And if you aren't receiving the newsletters, please give our call center your information so they can send these to you quarterly. They will send these to your church or to your home. So please do that. If you'd like to volunteer, you can give them your information. So if I do get a call from someone in Garner, I can say, hey, Miss Mary said she'd love to be able to talk to someone that's homebound, or she'd love to deliver groceries, or just send her an encouraging note once a month. That's huge. So all of us have gifts that we can give and help each other out. This next brochure that I have, it says, prayer changes things, so can you. So a lot of people ask me, how can we volunteer? How can we give back in our community? Okay. So I always tell people, we need prayer for our ministry. We need volunteers. We need support financially. So this rack card really just tells you how you can be a blessing to others. And I love this one. This is the Blue Passport. This is a good one that you can actually use with your youth group or anyone in your community. This is going to give you ideas each month of how you can serve aging adults. So it will go through, and we have these packets as well that your church, I can send them to you. But I love how, let's see, in April showers bring May flowers, but you don't have to wait. Share spring flowers with an aging neighbor or someone in your church. So it just gives you some fun ideas. Every year, August 21st is National Senior Citizen Day, so let's honor our aging adults in our church by providing free lunch, and you can also do that for aging adults in your community. Invite them to lunch for National Senior Citizens Day. So I just like these for each month, and I try to put them like in our bulletin, give an idea for our youth group to be on mission. So any questions, comments, concerns? Yes. Yes. So we're actually through the Baptist Children's Home. So the convention, all of our churches support Baptist Children's Homes through your missions. And so we are supported through that as well. But like our ramp builds and all of that, we have to raise ourselves. So the 321 ramps came from individuals actually sponsoring Ncbm. So, yes. I know. Actually, I think we did set that one. The 321 was a record set, 321. But we're trying to beat that now that we set our bar too high. So, thank you. But we also, like I said, FEMA, we just got a FEMA grant, $40,000. So that's how we can provide everything we do for free. So any support you can give us, we appreciate. Yes. So an example at the Care Village, I'm having someone from SHIP come, and they're going to talk about those classes and options, and they'll set up private appointments with my village members. So we really are connecting our aging adults with resources in the community, churches, anything you can do to really be safe and to age well. So, yes. So, yes. So Cary, Kinston, but then, it's not, care villages aren't going to be the only ones that provide that resource. So if you call our call center, they have resources that you can personally contact. So, yeah, the call center, I tell everyone just call the call center if you have any questions, want to volunteer, or need a resource, because they know a lot more than I do across the whole state. You good? Can you think of someone that needs a grab bar or smoke alarm or a wheelchair ramp that we can help out? Be good to pass information on to them. Or just a friendly call of encouragement. I had a widow yesterday that told me, the afternoons are really hard for her, and so I'm partnering one of my widow volunteers with her just to give her encouragement in the afternoons and write her notes and pray for her. So we're partnering, meeting needs all across the state. So thank y'all for having me. If you need me, call me. And I do have my business card in there. So if you need anything, let me know.
No more questions? All right. Thank you. Can y'all help me show appreciation to Charity and to Nora Grace? Because this is a blessing. I am so excited. And I heard even in some of the questions, there's an excitement here about the things that God's been doing all along, and on his calendar, pre-COVID, setting some things up that would be ministering to folks. So this has been a blessing, and I look forward to further connection and partnership with Ncbm as well. And maybe the Lord's putting it on some of your hearts to say, you know what, I could serve by being a part of the phone call. And so you have the information on how to do that, and that's going to be a blessing. So thank you again for coming and being a part of this today. We're going to take just a moment and update our prayer list, our prayer guide. And remember, we don't. This is not our primary prayer time right here. It's all week long at your home, but we do want to update each other and pray together here corporately. So, on your list, let me point out a couple of things you see there in hospital. I'm going to